What's up, y'all? This is the first lesson of the SkiLLz Accelerator, the Poppin' Edition. To all those that joined, thanks a hell of a lot. I want to make this the dopest, best course I can possibly make it. And let's begin, okay? So starting off, hitting, we can use all parts of the body. For this one, though, I want to start with just the upper body, all right? And the way I hit. There are different techniques out there, but I really like the one that I do, and I want to explain that. It helps me hit in awkward positions. It helps me hit kind of out of nowhere. And let's go. All right, so I have two ways that I do it, okay? One way is I go out. Other way, I go in, okay? So let's just start there, right? So the first one, going out. When I go out, I'm not just going out this way, I'm also going out this way. So it's more like diagonally in that direction, okay? So that I arch my middle back and I go, okay? So without the hit, let's just feel that arch right there, okay? First, let's go on a tangent. Let's feel the chest. There's the chest. Now if the chest were to go at an angle, 45 degrees, up, 45 degrees up, it would be like that. Okay? Now let's go lower, right here. And we're going arching the middle back now. Before we're arching the upper back to get the chest. Now we're going towards the middle back, maybe middle upper, to get the diaphragm, okay? So I combine the diaphragm with a quick motion. Notice that it's not just tensing a muscle. I'm actually moving. There's movement here from here to there. Just as I was saying, arch our back. We're going to arch our back maybe like a couple inches. So you get in tune with this diaphragm. That's where you're arching, but you're also tensing your abdominals. And as a result, you're also tensing your upper back area. Boom, upper middle back. Boom, okay? So let's do that a couple times, all right? Now notice, I'm also breathing right now. I'm breathing loudly. There are different ways, few different ways I'll breathe. But for this one, notice I'm inhaling. And I'm exhaling. Now here's another one. If you've taken my class, you might have heard this before. So what I'm doing is I explain the hit is a bit of a distance. It's not just like a point, like I'm just not flexing my muscles. I'm also going out. So from the beginning to the end is my out breath. For this one, I'm doing an out breath. At the end of it, I constrict my throat to the point that it closes as the hit closes. The hit ends, the breath ends. As opposed to you can play with different ones. Maybe you want to do open. That's an open breath. An open-ended breath. Now this is the closed one. Okay? You can choose which one you want to do. For me, I do the closed, all right? Now let's say we pick up the pace. It gets a little aggressive for me to breathe that much. You can, but now when I'm picking up the pace, I'm going to change my breath to maybe sometimes I'm inhaling on it. And there's not like an exact, there's not an exact way that I do it each time. It's not like 2 inhalations, 2 exhalations. Just feel it out, but just pay attention to your breath. It's super important. What you notice with a lot of poppers, more than most dances, is it's tough to be on beat. The reason is because we're constricting our muscles in a way that it can affect our breath, especially if you're doing this core hit. So you have to be really aware of everything, of how you're using your body, because you might end up being a little too early. It's a dance that can make you a little rushed if you're not careful. So that's what I want to explain to you. Be conscious of the breath, okay? So let's do like a little motion here. Boom. Boom. So I'm just going down, coming up, going down, coming up. All right, down, up, down, up. All right, and I really feel it like right here. It's like, I don't know enough about body parts, but it's right here, okay? So let's make a band around our, yeah, see, just right at the diaphragm. It's right at the height of the diaphragm. That's what the muscles I feel especially are working, okay? And the back, those are the muscles I feel working the most in the back. All right, so we got the outward hit, kind of like outward, upward hit, okay? The next one is the downward hit, okay? And so when I'm going down, I'm also going a little bit in. Okay? So when I'm going in, I'm kind of going like this. Remember before we changed our angle to here? Now I change my angle to there. Down, down, down. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So now that we go in, we go down. And also, there's a little bit of this movement is going a little bit of distance, right? I'm not just tensing. I'm moving down to make this happen. If you want to, I'll teach us more in another lesson, but you can kind of feel your hips if you want to. Go back a little bit. That can help. For this one, I'm going to focus on upper body though. So I'm just going to be right here. Okay? So now let's make it a little bigger. So I'm just going up, coming down. Going up and down. Boom, boom, boom. Ha, 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 hoo, ha, 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 hoo. Once again, you wear that breath. Feel that hit like pushing out the breath. And then we go faster. Sometimes I inhale. Sometimes I inhale. Sometimes I exhale. And you got to be careful to breathe right because I did not, and that's what happened. Now my eyes are watering because I choked on my own spit. There you go. Okay, so we got the up and we got the down. Okay, so far we only focused on this area in the abdominals. All right, let's go up and down. We're gonna hit up. We're gonna hit down. Okay. Okay, now let's add another element. So if you're new to popping and you feel more, maybe you're on the beginner level, that's okay. Know that I'm going to teach different levels of intricacy, different levels of difficulty. So maybe that's plenty for you right there, okay? Still watch the video, check it out. Know that this is another thing that's involved. So the body parts are working together, okay? And so I explained this. There's another body part that works with it, works in sync with what I'm doing here. That's my head, that's my neck, okay? When I go in, see the neck? So it's gonna be a tricky one, especially at first. Maybe you end up doing something like that, looking like a chicken. That's okay, that's normal. But we wanna feel this. This is how I'm moving in and this is how I'm moving out. I'm gonna do it without the hit. See that? And it's like a natural motion. It's natural, like, I guess you could say it's unnatural when we're at our computer and we go like that, okay? We're getting some shitty posture right here, all right? And then there's the good posture. When you get the good posture, you don't go up like that. You go down with the chin like that. So the opposite is that. And so I'm taking advantage of this motion. I'm going against gravity. I'm going with gravity. This one's a little easier. So that's why I typically do the downward hit if I have a choice. Because it's just gravity's pushing us down. So I'm just having that hit. Take advantage of that gravity pushing me down. Now here's up. Boom. And see, by me going down with the chin, they're working together. Chin, diaphragm. Chin, diaphragm. Okay? So it's not just, like I said, it's not just a rapid fire constriction of these muscles here. It's a movement. And that movement is bringing momentum that helps me hit. But you don't want to be like that. You try to make it small. Okay? Because we're magicians here. So we're trying to hide that illusion, right? So, here we go. Out, out, in, out, out, in, and bigger. Boom, 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 ha, boom, boom, boom. Okay? So that is breaking down the hit. That in and of itself is plenty of work if you're new to this hit or if you're new to popping in general. But really try to work with that. Notice how your head, because here's me. I'm trying not to use the head at all, okay? Sometimes it just naturally goes together, but here's me. Not using my head. Okay? And then losing my head. See how both those became greater than each by themselves? So here's just the neck. Okay? It's just a small hit. When they both work together, like when you get them, those parts working right, it then is so much harder of a hit. And so that's why I like using both those parts. Okay? Then we get down the hips, then we get down to the knees and all that other stuff. But right now, here and here. Okay? So there we go. All right. Moving on. So we got the basics going in and going up. Okay? Now, let's try to add some angles there that we can do, okay? So we went here, here, but we can also go and once again, this is now we're getting to more advanced territory, but you still might be able to grasp what's going on too, so don't be discouraged if you don't get it, but also allow yourself to be open to just know that this kind of these techniques exist, all right? So I'm using like a path of least resistance. It's helping me when I move to do this little twist, as opposed to, I don't know, something like that. That's not as easy. I'm doing a little, it's like I'm almost cheating. Even as I'm doing it, I can feel I'm compensating, even though I want to focus on the upper body, I can feel how I'm compensating in other parts of the body. I can feel this leg is just like slightly bending. You might not even notice it. I can feel that happening. Like this. Be aware of like your balance and things. When something moves, there's something else that wants to move with it, because our bodies, one is a bunch of parts that work together. It's a network of body parts talking together and communicating. And so the power behind dance is when you allow all those things to isolate, to work together. Even though we're being isolated, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work with some other part of the body, right? One thing moves, everything else is affected in some way. And I've had to realize that myself. As much as I want to be about isolations and stuff, I still am affecting another part of my body with every movement. I lifted that, and then this moved forward as I did it to compensate. Okay? So moving forward. All right. Or moving back to where we were. Boom. And I can even feel this shoulder even moves forward to help make this happen. You don't want to go too crazy, and it might be too soon. You might not have that power to make it happen, but you can. So here's me moving the arm by itself. Okay, cool. Here's me moving the arm with this. And now it's much harder because this is no longer an island by itself. It's not all lonely. It's got some friends over here. They're like, hey man, let me help you out. We'll all get there together. Okay? Boom, now out. In, out. So by itself, still works. Still totally fine. But still the shoulder's moving. Now if I get that elbow in there, I can move. Boom, boom, More with it. Okay. So just notice that momentum is helping me hit. Challenge to you would be find out what angles you can maybe try to get in. And you don't even have to be as forceful. Maybe you just try to get that stop. You just tense to get a nice stop. You don't even have to hit hard. Still using the same concept, but not hitting hard. And both are good. This is more just a dime stop without the hit. Okay? Okay. All right. So those are some ways we can hit and move with the upper body. Boom, boom, da, boom, ha, boom, ha. Now here's another one. Watch this. Watch the difference between this. Now watch the difference. So, difference between that and this. Okay? And if you didn't notice, the big difference was I'm using way more of the head. Because once again, now I'm using another body part to help with everything else. So now things are working together. That head movement kind of adds a little bit of funkiness to it because here's super isolated. Dope. Totally good. And then here's here's a little something else. And what's going on is this, I say, it's like opposite. When I do this hit, these are going opposite directions. One, this goes up, this goes down. Or this goes up, this goes down. Okay, diaphragm goes down, chin goes up. All right, this opposite motion applied to all these other motions. It all, like there's something about this opposite. This is going this way, and maybe the head, or they come together, or they go away. With that motion, this pushing and pulling, that's what I'd say. It's pushing together and pulling apart the different body parts creates this extra tension and makes it like help you get that power, all right? So right now, we've been focusing on the torso and the head, okay? So we're not really doing arms this time, all right? So we got a little sequence though, a little routine, okay? It begins with doing just hitting like this. Boom, boom. So this hit, and then this hit, okay? Boom, boom. And we're being minimal. I'm not moving my head too much with this one. There's a little bit, see at the end? Go there. At the end, go there. Pivot. Bigger now. Bigger. 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 Let's flip this shit up so you can see my face more. Here we go. Okay. Boom. That's Icon laughing right now. All right. Boom. And then bigger. Boom. Just feel that difference. I can really feel it in the back of my neck. Boom. 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 So more chest is involved with this one. Boom. Boom, being less isolated, bigger here. All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, pop, boom, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, boom, ha, boom, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, pop, boom, boom. Okay, all right. Now feel right here. It's also the back of the neck, but it's a little to the side now because hitting here. And notice this, when I'm moving, I don't have to do the shoulder. I just add a little something else. So here's without the shoulder, here's with the shoulder. This is not helping me hit right now. But feel, yeah, you can feel like this, I think it's called the levator muscle. And that is really getting activated, especially on the right side, okay? Still, to get this, I'm activating my abs and my diaphragm. And I'm kind of going in for me. For me, it's easier to go in. You can go out though. I feel it easier going down and in, okay? Boom, boom. All right, so this one, shoulder, head are coming towards each other. You also don't have to do the shoulder. It's just for aesthetics, just for look, but not helping me hit. Next one, boom, boom, boom. And so once again, see the chin, they're pushing. Let's say that, I think, yeah, you say they're pushing towards each other, all right? Not pulling away, pushing towards. To some extent, everything right now, even though we're going in different directions, is pushing towards or pulling away, okay? Don't forget that. It might be going that way instead of that way, but we're doing that. Boom. So as I twist, that's one important part. And even as I do that, even though I've been talking about upper body, I can feel my hips like resisting. Feel what you got to do to make that happen. If I'm moving this way and I want to stay firm here, that means that the legs actually have to go in the opposite direction of what the torso is doing, okay? So as I'm doing this, I'm not like, hey, but I don't know if you can even see it. I think you can. It's a little subtle. So this is twisting in the opposite direction to make sure that this is getting its power, okay? And once again, if some of this is too advanced, it's okay just to feel it out. Maybe the idea of using your legs is just too much. Don't worry about it. Just try to get this part. Because I can do it without worrying too much about here. If I go hard though, when I go up to a certain level, then I notice like a certain hardness of a hit, this gets involved. But I can do it without the upper body just fine, okay? So, talking about 2 counts longer than anyone you probably ever heard do that before. But here we go. 1, 2, or really 5, 6, okay? 7, 8. So kind of the same as this, just smaller distance. And this is even more emphasized now. Okay? Back of that neck. And then when I go here, I get more of the front of the neck, okay? Back of the neck, front of the neck. Okay? So I'm gonna go real slow with the whole leg count here, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? 2 more times, back to back. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right? I said I was going to loop it. My bad. 7, 8. 1, 2. Exaggerated. Boom. Head to shoulder and twist and boom. Okay? So that's the routine right there. And now to finish it off, I want to give you a challenge, okay, to feel the twist, because see what we did, mainly 2 things here, okay? We go here or we're going here. One way, are you emphasizing in or are you emphasizing out when you do the twist? See that difference? In, out. All right? In, out. Feel. This is getting a more important part when I'm going in. This is a more important part when I'm going out. Notice that. Different effects use different body parts more. So out, boom. Left side. Your right, my left. Now this, boom, going in. My right side, boom, played a more important part. So pay attention to those things. And the challenge, once again, see what kind of angles, boom, 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 huh, da, boom, 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 da, boom. I'm going a little off beat. I'm in my own beat right now. Let's see what I'm saying. Try to see those angles you can do. You can get real, boom, 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 ha, boom, ha. And even though I haven't taught grooves yet, you see there is a groove in there. And so that's what's dope, is this momentum stuff, this stuff that's making it easier for me to hit these movements. Once you get them, 1, you're grooving, you're getting funky. 2, you're hitting harder and cleaner because you're using momentum to make that shit happen. See what I'm saying? So when I'm not feeling myself and I have too much anxiety or something, because I'm not perfect and that happens to me way too many times, is I start tensing up and I lose that momentum. Because the thing about the momentum that I haven't said yet is I'm loose until I'm not loose. I'm not tense the whole time. That's when I'm like not nearly as dope as I could be. And this is the beauty about popping, and what makes it such a damn hard dance to do is because when you do it really dope, you're loose and you're tense. And everyone thinks just of it as a tense dance from the outside looking in. But nah, we're loose most of the time. Boom, loose. I'm just letting that momentum spit out. Maybe the camera caught that. Okay, I'm letting that momentum get me into that position to just ease. With ease, I'm just hitting nice. I'm feeling it. Boom, 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 boom. And it's not me trying hard. It's just me knowing that it's going to be good, having faith, the momentum, the initial momentum to get that movement, and then boom, it just stops. Boom, it just stops. Boom, I'm falling into it. Even if I'm going up, I'm still falling into that nice, hard stop. See what I'm saying? And as I go up, it's that arch of the back. Boom, it makes it happen. Arch of the back, that last second. Forward to the diaphragm, that last second. All right? And then that's going into that slot, that last second. Boom. Okay? So that's lesson 1. I hope you liked it. And that's what's up, man. And girls. Shit, why did I say man? I felt I was talking to you, that's why. But that's what's up, everyone. There we go. That's it. I don't have a good closer right now, so just peace. Yeah.